Chicago Blackhawks hockey is brought to you by BMO Harris Bank. Get the Blackhawks debit MasterCard at harrisbank.com/fancard. Illinois Lottery. Play scratch games from the Illinois Lottery. Win easy, go play. By H.H. Gregg, with more than 500 appliances in stock and ready to go and over 100 TVs on display, H.H. Gregg will help you see more and save more. And by your Ford dealers. Visit your local Ford store or localfordstores.com and drive one. Hawks and the Jackets tonight is coming your way in high definition, brought to you only, it's brought to you by Xfinity only from Comcast, which is your home for the most live sports. Tonight is, as we mentioned, Hockey Fights Cancer Night in the United Center. Let's listen in to Gene Honda.
In collaboration with the National Hockey League, to commemorate this special night, we brought a truly inspirational guest to drop tonight's ceremonial puck. He's battling a rare childhood cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma. Please welcome 13-year-old Lawson Frank. Joining Lawson at center ice for tonight's ceremonial puck drop will be Columbus Blue Jackets captain Rick Nash and Blackhawks captain Jonathan Toews. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Kindly remove all hats to honor United States Army veteran, former Corporal Tom Cellini, United States Army National Guard Staff Sergeant Robert Martin, and join organist Frank Pellico and soloist Jim Cornelison for the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the
How cool was that? Lawson Frank goes home with a Jonathan Toews stick. Oh, the Blackhawks captain, it just doesn't get any better. But it's time now to get the story on the goalies, brought to you by Citibank. What's your story? Citi can help you write it. Ray Emery, as Eddie told you, played one game so far this year. It was 2 weeks ago, so he gets called back into the fray tonight, opposed at the other end by 22-year-old Alan York. Here's his grand total of NHL experience. 3 minutes. 4 days ago, he played 3 minutes in a Columbus game and did not face a shot. So the first time he gets tested tonight will be his first ever NHL shot on goal. Dean Morton and Stephen Walcom are the game's referees. Ryan Galloway, Brian Pensich are the linesmen. And now we're underway. As James Wisniewski, who started his career in the Hawks organization, didn't get that one very far. And Patrick Kane gets help to dump it. Now a corner battle, and 4 are in there. Sharp trying to pry it free. It goes back to Keith, across to Leddy. Had to spin it around the boards. James Wisniewski cleared it ahead, and Cody Bass rolled it to the neutral area. Wisniewski gets help to send that one in. And it's picked up by Leddy. He'll put it to Keith. Tapping it out to center where Brunette is checked. And back goes Leddy. Trying to clear. That didn't get out. Keith. Leddy turned it over. Now a chance and a shot stopped by Emery. Rebound. Oh, right through the goal crease. Umberger had the rebound chance and was in a tough angle. Put it right through the blue paint. And the Hawks able to get it out. Russell bangs it back to the Chicago end. Sammy Lepisto's in the Hawk lineup tonight for just his second game of the year. The last time he played was in the season opener, which was 3 weeks ago. So he's joined in terms of Quenneville changes tonight. Lepisto's in. John Scott is in, replacing Daniel Carcillo. He was suspended 2 games today by the National Hockey League. More on that as we get a chance. Lepisto moves in deep. Put it behind. Bolin tried to center, and it just eluded a couple of teammates.
And Lepisto, a former Columbus Blue Jacket, ended the season last year in Columbus in 19 games.
Now Brent Seabrook cleared it around to Lepisto. Then Bolin, nice maneuver around one checker, able to bang it to center ice. He was hit hard by McKenzie as he did that. And now the Jackets move back in. Prospel tried to center. McKenzie missed it. And the Hawks able to get it out. Here's Seabrook. Good pass, finds Kruger to Mayers, tees it up, and a save. Rebound, Kruger! Marcus Kruger right to the net. Some net front presence results in the game's first goal.
Well, scoring his first National Hockey League goal, Marcus Kruger goes hard to the net. Man, that's just like the goal a couple of games ago here at the United Center when Nick Leddy made that big rush right through the middle. Jamal Mayer shot the puck from the same side of the ice. And the big rebound ended up carrying him off one of the defensemen into the back of the net. But there, Marcus Kruger, give and go, get to the front of the net. And the Hawks with an early 1-0 lead.
But really, and if you backtrack that a little bit, the whole thing started with a great pass by Brent Seabrook. I mean, he put it right on Kruger's stick and off the Hawks went. So now Emery turned it over. Here's a centering pass, but a shot blocked by Leddy. Comes back around the boards. Held in by Klitzum. Now it's deflected up the wall. The Jackets able to keep it in. Nash tried to center. Here's a stuff attempt down low. Emery able to smother the shot from Vinny Prospel, who got right to the doorstep.
Blackhawk goal, his first of the season.
Well, you talked about it, Pat. The pass by Brent Seabrook, and from our BMO Harris Bank telestrator, watch the little move he makes before he makes the pass. Right there. That sets up a seam, and he's able to make that quick little pass. And Columbus was in the middle of a change. Just an awful change to allow that pass, that lane to open up. But the patience with the puck by Brent Seabrook allowed for that perfect pass, and Kruger goes hard at the net and puts it in.
Now Kruger tried to get it out. Taves then followed up, able to feed Brunette. Andrew Brunette ridden to the boards by Klitzum. Stallberg is in deep. He's got it, tried to center, just missing. Connection with the Brunette. Here's a long one from Monador off a leg. And the Jackets, Johansson able to get as far as center before getting taken down. Monador cleared it ahead. Here's a bouncing puck. Stallberg took a whack. Taves settles it down. Now Letty in for Brunette. Dropped it back. Bolland a whiff. And the Jackets able to get it out. Duncan Keith pressured in behind the goal by Giroux. Well, the Hawks able to get control of it. Then Bickle unable to get it out. Second chance. Didn't get that one out either. Now the Jackets still alive. Brassard spins in behind. Knocked down there. And Keith got it to the stick of Bickle.
Good play there by Bolland defensively.
Dorsett rolled it to center. And now Brent Seabrook fired a long pass that deflects. McKenzie the other way. Is checked by Hjalmarsson. They battle away in the corner. Jackets take it out. Nash. A lot of traffic there. Couldn't get rid of it. Rink wide for Prospel. He scored. What a pass to Vinny Prospel right at the near dot. And I believe it was Fedor Tootin that put it right in the wheelhouse. And it was finished by Prospel 1-1.
Well, you got the fourth line on the ice with the Prospel-Nash combination on the ice here, Pat. And a perfect pass all the way across. Ray Emery not able to get over from right to left, but you called it. Perfect pass there from Fedor Tootin all the way over. The Blue Jackets answer back.
Now Hjalmarsson put it around Sharp. Taken away by Paulson. Cody Bass unable to pry it out of the corner. And Seabrook banked it ahead for Hossa, who tried to fight through Tootin. He did. Hossa drives in. Unable to get rid of much of a shot, but a big effort by Hossa to battle his way to the offensive zone. 2 goals early tonight.
Brought to you by Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning. Go to WGNTV.com and click on WGN Sports Game Zone for special up-to-minute stats and info designed to give you everything you need to know. The Game Zone is available for every Blackhawks game and is brought to you by Four Seasons Heating and Air Conditioning, Chicago's #1 choice for your heating and cooling needs.
Jonathan Taves out there for Chicago, and his wingers tonight are Victor Stallberg and Andrew Brunette. Kane, Sharp, and Hossa are together. Then Bolland, Bickle, Frolik, which has been a unit all season long. And the fourth line has Kruger, Mayers, and Scott as a unit. Long shot, Letty, a redirect, bounced wide. Taves came out of the corner with it. Still able to hang on. Taves centered. That deflected off the pad of York. Taves looking toward Brunette. He's unable to pick it up. Keith did. Duncan Keith for Jonathan Taves. Battles to the middle. It rolled loose, then he got it back with a shot. That didn't get through. Stallberg tried to bank it in, appeared off of York. That didn't work out. And then bounced to Stolberg, whose shot smothered by Tootin, came free, and York able to locate.
Boy, what a shift for that line. A couple of times some crazy angles of shots coming off of Blackhawk forward sticks, keeping the young goaltender honest. Look at Taves battling there, Pat. He got a good chance there when he was on one knee. And a good stop there by York, who played his college hockey at RPI.
Started there for 3 years at RPI. Career record in college of 37, 33, and 8.
Played a few games last year in the American Hockey League. 3-1 record. And you want to, the Blackhawks, you know this, you want to get as many pucks as you can. I think it's pretty evident, Pat, with that Victor Stolberg. He was behind the goal line actually shooting that puck, and the kid had to make a stop.
Montador moves up on the rush, cuts in, shooting. York made the save, able to cover this one up. And he's able to make that save, York, without any rebound, but after that first goal, you're thinking get to the net as often as possible with a really poor rebound of the first goal.
Yeah, good play there in the neutral zone. Little interchange. Patrick Kane on the right part of your screen going hard to the net, and that's Steve Montador, defenseman, jumping into the play after he got the pass from Marian Hossa in the middle of the ice.
Blitzum goes off the glass. It winds up out of play. The Columbus Blue Jackets have lost all 5 road games they've played this year. Last year they won 17 on the road, which was a franchise record. And there's the local boy,
Johnny Moore, North Shore product. There's Mom, John, and Nancy are here at the game. His first NHL goal a couple of games ago. Boland's going to go to the box, it looks like. His first NHL goal against the Detroit Red Wings. Opportunity for the Blue Jackets. Vinny Prospel was coming up the ice. See Dave Bolin on a back pressure, reaching in and grabs the skates of Prospel. Power play, Columbus.
They get the draw. Wisniewski, in part, was brought to Columbus to quarterback this power play, which was bad last year. Power play last year for Columbus scored only 42 goals. Chance for Nash across Wisniewski, shooting, good block, Chalmerson. He cleared it, got a bad bounce off a partition. So the Jackets get it back. And a terrible pass there. Goes all the way back to the neutral zone. That was made by Prospel.
Ray Emery's got a little bit of a malfunction with his catching glove pad. He's got a strap that usually is wrapped around, and he's just hanging there right now. So I'm not sure if he's going to get a chance at some point here when the stoppage comes to be able to fix that.
Johansson chasing his own dump in. Umberger rolled it back. Held in by Russell. Now R.J. Umberger. Checked by Nick Leddy. Puck came free to Mayers. Hey! Cleared at the length.
Good positioning. What I love even more there with Mayers, Pat, is that he elevates that puck, trying to get it past the defender for the Blue Jackets at the blue line. Instead of going on the ice, he elevates it and is able to get it down.
Columbus power play this year, 5 out of 51. That is 28th best in the league. The Blackhawks PK has really been a solid unit in the early going this year. Hawks have allowed only 2 out of 28 to be converted against them. Hossa chased down a loose puck. Half a minute of power play time for the Jackets. Prospel bounced it loose. Hjalmarsson on his backhand looking to clear. Oh, nice play. Able to hoist it the length.
I think he thought about, Pat, going on an angle towards the boards, but then he realized the puck was on edge, and if he would have continued with that, he probably would have airmailed it right into the stands.
Wisniewski, nearly had a real bad thing happen. with a turnover that might have led to a breakaway, but now the Chicago penalty is over both teams at full strength. Aaron Johnson, who played for a while here in Chicago, rings it around. Bouncing puck, captured by Paulson. Now in behind, Bass unable to pick it up. Kane goes high off the glass to make sure. Bass rolled it in. Calvert cuts toward the net. Down goes Lepisto. Nice play. It's loose. Shot off the side of the net and captured by Monador.
A real good play there by Sammy Lepisto. Steve Monador got caught up at the red line standing up, and Cody Bass, who had a couple opportunities to finally get it by Monador, was able to send Calvert and Paulson in, but Lepisto did a good job of coming out and bailing out his partner.
Now Letty. Frolik tapped it forward. Hits him. Starts the Jackets back. Giroux checked by Letty. Good work by Nick Letty. This clearing attempt though didn't get out. However, Frolik picked it up. Michael Frolik hit hard right at the blue line. Penalty coming up against the Jackets for a trip. So the Blackhawks will get their first power play chance tonight when we come back.
Blackhawk fans, you can drive what Jonathan Toews and Patrick Kane drive. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers. You're looking at the all-new Chevy Cruze. Mentioned Pat, Hawks going on a power play. There you see the trip by Fedor-Tootin, the leg whip on Michael Frolik. They have to anticipate, Pat, and we got a little different look on this power play to start. You got Bolin, Toews, Brunette, Letty, and Seabrook after that TV timeout.
Long shot fought off by York, bouncing puck, and that hit the body of Johnson, who might have saved a goal. Aaron Johnson, with York not in the neighborhood, was in the way of a puck that was headed to the net.
Yeah, he stopped it with his shin pads. That was Toews, I believe, Pat, with that mass of humanity in front and to the side of the goaltender York.
All right, now Seabrook. We talk about Hawks power play changes, maybe because they got 2 goals in 6 games. 2 of the last 19 is all they've been able to convert. This power play will be negated when Chicago gets possession for a Blackhawks penalty on Bolin.
Well, David Bolin turned the puck over. And James Wisniewski jumped into the play. And he upended him in the middle of the ice, so you got 4-on-4 hockey. But an interesting look on the power play, Pat, right off the start. Toews, Bolin, and Brunette up front, and Letty and Seabrook commanding the point.
Help me out. I mean, I don't think we've seen that grouping together in 2 years.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Not at all.
So 4 aside for another minute. R.J. Umberger turns it over. Here's Kane driving in with Hossa. Kane, a spinning maneuver, tried to center. York blocked it, and it winds up back at center with Keith. Now Patrick Kane. 2 assists in his last 5 games. Kane looking to get some offense going, but turns that one over instead, and the Jackets start back.
Wisniewski did a good job there of taking away that space, and Kaner just kind of fanned on it, but if he backs right up, it gives him a lot more time and space to make a play, but former Hawk and veteran D-man made a nice play.
Taves for Sharp. Pulls up. Where's the trailing Keith? It was bouncing. Keith, a back pass, and Sharp did well to pick it up, but the Jackets were off. Johnson's long banker picked up by Derek Brassard. Looking to center Nash, and a nice block by Seabrook. The Columbus penalty over. Here's a steal by Nash. In front, a shot. Emery sliding to his left, made a good stop. Power play Jackets. And Seabrook with time to take a look.
Boy, bad giveaway by Jonathan Taves in his own zone there, Pat, to allow Rick Nash to get that puck back to the point and allow Klitzum a good chance.
Now Johansson rings it around. Nash looks toward Prospel. Dropped it back to the line. Here's Klitzum, and it jumped away from him and out. So that now will finish the Chicago infraction, and both teams are at full strength. Rick Nash, bumped by Nick Leddy. Dug out. Prospel, Johansson working against Boland. Dave Boland won that board battle. And Marcus Kruger will drop it back. Hjalmarsson rolled it to the Jackets blue line. Wisniewski's long feed picked up, and a shot from Giroux deflected up, floating in the air, where Emery handled it easily. 5 minutes left in a tied first period.
Illustrator, chance for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but I want everybody to watch the positioning here of Rick Nash. He comes all the way back once he realizes the pressure by Derek Brassard. Jonathan Taves has this, and he tries to move the puck to Nicholas Hjalmarsson in front. Nash to Klitzum. Good stop there by Ray Emery.
All right, he'll look at a draw in the Chicago zone, which was dropped unfairly. Sharp and Brassard. And the Jackets get control of it, but Sharp cleared it. Monador brings it around, looking for Hossa. Jumped away to Brassard, but he couldn't put a fork in that bouncer. Tootin has to turn quickly. And now Giroux scooped it in. Lepisto up the board. Sharp lost it. Now Brassard looking back to Wisniewski. Long wrister. Oh, that didn't miss by much. And Hossa settles things down. Lepisto comes out. Now Taves working hard in the corner. Got help from Stahlberg. Across to Keith. Long shot. York gave her another rebound, but the Jackets' Paulson picked it up. And the puck dumped back into the Blackhawks zone. Bass leaves it in the corner. Calvert checked by Taves. And a penalty. Taves got the hook up around the shoulder. Here's a shot and a save by Emery. Good work there from Matt Calvert, who's Eddie tonight playing on the third line for Scotty Arniel, but every time we saw that guy last year, he gave the Hawks fits.
Yeah, lots of energy. A couple of points in the season series. Real good speed.
Why didn't the whistle sound there? Delayed penalty coming up against the Hawks. We seem to have had the puck there momentarily, but we play on with the Jackets having 6 attackers out. This will be picked off.
Well, a penalty to Jonathan Taves. We talked about Matt Calvert. There's the quick little hook right around the arms. Penalty on Taves. Another power play chance for Columbus. And Boland's had 2, right, Pat, in this period, right?
Yes.
One of the penalty killers for Joe Quenneville. And now same thing with Jonathan Taves, one of the penalty killers in the situation.
Better Tootin throws it around the boards. Hjalmarsson, good play to Seabrook, who has plenty of time. Wisniewski motors ahead. Vermette. Now Johansson. Looked after by Hjalmarsson. He took it right away from him, but Wisniewski keeps it in. Vermette lost it. Now Chris Russell to Rick Nash. Leddy looking to shield it on the inboards. Puck comes loose in front, turned over, quick shot. Emery seemed to make a hit, rebound. Might have grazed the post on the way by. Jackets keep it in. There's just under a minute of power play time left. A long shot, that seemed to be redirected. Emery, after a bit of a struggle in the opening few moments, has really been sharp here as this period's gone along.
What an outstanding stop here by Ray Emery on Vinny Prospal in front of the net. The quick shot by Chris Russell. Quick little wrister, hand-eye coordination. Look at Russell, his vision. He just throws it in front, and look at his little redirect. Beautiful stop.
Grant Klitzum dropped it back. Russell's long blast never got through. Good block, Frolik. He chased it down, moves ahead to Bolin. Bolin's got a breakaway. Dave Bolin in shorthanded, pulled down, and he still scored. Bolin puts the Hawks in front.
Michael Frolik makes this play. Stop it right here. The indecision by this D-man and the eventual goal scorer will be right here, David Bolin. Michael Frolik. Russell pulls up. If he continues on Michael Frolik, Frolik's got to go up the boards. But he went and then he decided, you know what, I'm not going to do anything. But the patience of Frolik. And then Klitzum takes up and takes out David Bolin. And the puck finds its way in behind York. I don't think there's any doubt, Pat, if the kid makes a stop or the puck goes wide, we're going to see what we saw last night with Eric Stahl in the penalty shot.
So David Bolin has now scored 5 goals in his last 9 games, including that shorty. And the Chicago penalty now over. Both teams at full strength. We get down to a minute remaining in the first period.
1 minute.
How big was that stop off of Prospal, Pat?
Boy, no
kidding.
kid.
Just a redirect, right? I mean, just something real. It doesn't look that difficult, but when you slow it down, you see Ray Emery tracking the puck to his left, and all of a sudden it just drops right in front of him. The Hawks score probably about, 15 seconds later.
Here's Hossa trying to center. Oh, good play as the stick of Kane was lifted by Calvert. Now Hjalmarsson. We go down to 15 left in the period. It'll be offside if Hossa touches it. So he just avoids that. And now the Jackets will run out of time. The Hawks generating 10 shots on goal in the first period, 8 for Columbus. And that man you just saw, Dave Bolin, has the lead goal in the game. Goals from Kruger and Bolin for Chicago. Prospal tallied for Columbus.
BMO Harris Bank first intermission continues on WGN. A late shorthanded goal by Dave Bolin has the Blackhawks on top 2-1 over Columbus, and we're just about ready to get going in the second period. First of all, Your keys to period number 2, Steve.
Well, first off, stay out of the penalty box, and yes, Dave Bolin scored while they were shorthanded, but that's going to end up costing you in the long run, especially needless penalties, a couple of trips, a hooking penalty. Those come back to bite you, so stay out of the box, and then finally find rebounds on York. Alan York, his first NHL start, and he's looked pretty calm, cool, and collected, but there are rebounds there, so try and find those. And the Blackhawks jumped on a couple of loose pucks. They just couldn't get them by him.
Yeah, the Hawks' first goal was a rebound goal by Marcus Kruger, so more of that in the second period would be good for them as they try to bounce back from that game last night, Steve. 3-0 loss to Carolina. They look better tonight than they did last night.
Yeah, probably their worst performance of the year last night, and they're bouncing back strong so far.
All right, so after one, it's 2-1 Chicago, ready to get the second period going, and for that we head back upstairs to Pat Foley and Eddie Olczyk.
All right, Dan and Steve, thanks very much. Looks like you guys are the adult supervision in the hallway down there. So best of luck with all that. The Blackhawks with a pretty good first period and playing against a team that you would think, Eddie, is a little bit fragile, but at the same time hungry. I mean, the same kind of thing we saw last night in Carolina. That team had struggled for a week or so and really played well. I think if Joel Quenneville, and clearly, at least to what we saw, last night was the worst game the Hawks had played in the early going. That man was not happy with the compete level of his team. What would you think how do you think he viewed the first 20 minutes?
I think it's much improved, and I don't think that's saying a whole heck of a lot to your point that it was collectively, you know, the toughest game that they had all year where they couldn't find any energy or any momentum. But again, we heard Stevie Conroy telling Dan Rowan about the penalties. Got to stay out of penalty box. A couple of bad penalties. Columbus had some really good opportunities in that period. Sometimes it's tougher, Pat, to play teams that are wounded because of the level that they're at and the hunger that they're at. So for the Blackhawks, I think it was a positive first period, and Joel wants to improve on some stuff, but for the most part, he's got to be pretty pleased.
All right, here's Duncan Keith looking for a long feed as Hossa was lurking, but the feed picked off. And now Nick Leddy. In behind the goal, they fight for it, and it squirts around the boards. Russell kept it in. Leddy, who was the ice time leader for the Hawks, 9 minutes out of the first 20. He was out there. And he's got it. With the ice time leader in the game, because of all the power play time for Columbus. Here's a long shot kicked away. Nicely by York. Ice time leader in the game was James Wisniewski, who had 11 minutes out of the first 20. He was out there. Nash centered. Oh, and Crossbow unable to redirect.
Yeah, Jomerson and Bolin both going to Nash. That's why Crossbow was wide open.
Rolik got checked in the corner, and Crossbow rolled it loose. Sammy Lepisto. Pass taken by Brunette. Back goes Russell. Moore up the boards. Here's Umberger.
Go for one of those about now.
Good pass finds Brunette, who tried a shot. Puck seemed to be rolling. It fluttered wide. And the Jackets Vermette moved it out. Long one handled by the blocker of Emery from Johansson. Then another attempt. Winds up in behind with Vermette. Tried to center. Wide open Umberger. And he seemed to shoot a backhander wide. Wow, twice here in the first 3 minutes. Hawks have left opponents wide open in front of their own goal. They'd like to obviously shore a few things up in the defensive zone. Lepisto. That pass awry, and now the Jackets start back. Wisniewski dumped it. Oh, what a touch pass by Duncan Keith. He caught two Jackets because of it. Here comes Kruger. Kruger shoots from a tough angle, stopped by York. John Scott the rebound. He draws some attention in behind. Mayers trying to center one. Here's another pass attempt from Leddy. It winds up on the stick of Kruger, but he couldn't get it through a check. And now Keith put it to Leddy. Hawks changing lines, so the D-men play a little catch. And Giroux sends it in. Keith got tangled up in the corner. Paulson tried to center, hit the back of the net. Kane looks to Sharp, who got it out. Chris Russell. And that pass attempt deflects out of play.
Well, Pat, to your point, now a lot going on here. Here's Antoine Vermette, and then the eventual guy that's going to get to the front of the net. But look at the Blackhawks. I mean, you got guys back. You're fine. But watch what ends up happening. Stop it here. Here's Sammy Lepisto. He leaves the front of the net, and that leaves R.J. Umberger wide open. I mean, really, there's no reason for Lepisto to jump below. First, he's got to take a look and see what's there. Vermette's not going to score from there. Buy some time. Once you leave that vacated area, the pass is coming there. To your point, Pat, twice now. One good chance. The other one, Prosper wasn't able to handle.
Icing call coming up here against Chicago.
Well, fans, you want an opportunity to sit in between the player benches during a Blackhawks home game? Now you can. Yeah, those seats right there. Bid on a new CBOE seats through the online CBOE seats auction. To place your bid, go to ChicagoBlackhawks.com. Call that the phone booth, partner, in between the benches there. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? With the new curved glass there to protect the player so there's no more turnbuckle there.
You can call it the phone booth, but there's plenty of room to eat. As we've seen regularly, a shot here handled by York, and he gave no loose change. Andrew Brunette has not had a point in his last 3 starts for the Hawks, been a -3 over that stretch. And, another one of the many acquisitions the Hawks, Stan Bowman, the general manager, made during the offseason. Obviously, it takes time to adjust to new teammates, new cities, and all those things, but he's a veteran guy, and I'm sure he's trying to get started offensively.
Yeah, he had a couple of good chances last night, Pat, and Cam Ward was able to shut the door.
Here's Rick Nash getting it in.
And one more thing on Brunette, Pat, and his chances are all going to come within 5 feet of the net. I mean, that's where he really, makes his living, is in front.
Frolik trying to lower his shoulder, could not get rid of a shot, and Derek McKenzie calms things down, and the puck cleared out to center ice, but jumped away from Nash. Now Tootin. Checked by Frolik. Michael Frolik got control of it. It was ridden to the corner. Prospel able to clear the zone. Emery came out to play it, so no icing here. And Nick Leddy moved it back the other way. Here's Klitzum. Now Keith for Chicago. Patrick Kane picks his way into the zone. Hossa had it jammed loose. Jumped away from Leddy. Brassard on the counterattack. What a recovery by Nick Leddy. That looked like it might have been a 2-on-1 for Columbus. And Leddy able to turn quickly and get to the puck carrier. Patrick Kane the other way. Stick handles toward the middle. Dropped it back. Keith brings it. Had a save by York. Rebound jumped away from Sharp to Monador. Then to Keith, a one-timer. Blockered away by Alan York. And now the Jackets able to come out. And Giroux unable to hold on to a pass.
Great for the Hawks there. They had something going.
Stahlberg settles down a bouncing puck. Dropped it back. Here's Taves driving in. Here's a wraparound. Oh, York fully extended with the left pad. Made a fine stop. Long shot by Lepisto went wide. And now the Jackets come back. Calvert bounced it in. Brunette able to hoist this one. And then Stallberg got it in for Taves. Jonathan Taves still able to hang on while being checked. Victor Stallberg. And the puck taken away by Wisniewski. Then stolen by Taves. The shot. Good save, York. And Taves going to get a penalty. So the Blackhawks have taken 4 penalties tonight, all by centerman. 2 by Taves and 2 by Bolin. 2-1 Chicago early in the second.
And I agree with you, Pat. I thought it was going to be on Taves right there. But they end up giving the penalty to Wisniewski. Now, if they're saying that he put himself in between right there, if they're saying that's interference. Wow. I didn't see a penalty.
That's a tough call. No, I'd play on. That's the way it looks from up here, and particularly with the replay. But Hawks benefiting from a power play chance with a 2-1 lead.
Like to see Patrick Kane, Pat, when he gets the opportunity, when he works those right wing boards to the left of York, is shoot the puck a couple of times. Shoot the puck, that'll open up some seams, then you can go to the passing.
Kane looks for Hossa around one man. The second one took the puck away, but Sharp kept it. Now Hossa for Kane. Bickle to the front of the net. Kane checked by Tootin. Hossa got help from Sharp, who cuts in deep, tried to center, never connecting with Bickle. Now Duncan Keith for Marian Hossa. Dropped it to Keith. He'll look to Sharp the one-timer. He scored! Oh, they're going to say goalpost. I thought the net balls were going to get that for sure. We'll go to replay. Here's Sharp again. Center to Kane. What a save by York. He scored. No goal. They're going to say a high stick on that one is no goal. It'll be a video review on Sharp's blast that it looked like went in.
Well, here's that first shot by Patrick Sharp.
Oh, my bad.
Pat, crossbar and post and out. And now here's the second opportunity, the quick shot from Patrick Kane. The gauge is the crossbar. You cannot make contact with the puck above the crossbar and put the puck into the net. Referee Steve Walkham was right on the line. Here's the shot, good stop off the mask, comes out, and there. Tough to see from that angle, but it looks like from that vantage point, Pat, that the stick was above the crossbar when it made contact with the puck.
And as we said, the call on the ice was no goal, the immediate call, and I'll be shot. That's not going to be a video overrule. I mean, that's not conclusive evidence that the puck made contact with the stick below the crossbar. In fact, it looks as if the proper call was made on the ice. So Stephen Walkham's on the blower to the war room in Toronto. And how busy is that room? There are 13 games going on tonight in the NHL. So those guys have a fire drill going on for the most part. But it doesn't take long for the call to come back to Walkham. And they're going to tell him he was right. So the Hawks will continue with a power play.
Boy, some real good movement. But Pat, that was a 5-on-3 because I believe Sammy Paulson had lost his stick and he went and made a change in that situation. That's what allowed the 5-on-3, and there you see, that's probably the best look there. Patrick Kane had that stick awfully high, but the right call being made on the ice.
45 for the Hawk power play. Nick Leddy. And Taves jammed it loose. Seabrook battles in the corner. Johnson trying to clear it. It comes to Brunette. Now Taves sneaking in Leddy, but no lane to get him the puck. Here's Boland dropping it back to Seabrook. Boland off the boards, into the middle, his shot deflecting, out of play.
For all you young hockey players out there, if you're shorthanded and lose your stick and the puck is in the zone, you cannot do what this Columbus Blue Jacket player does. He leaves the zone. The puck doesn't get out. Now it's a 5-on-3. And then the Hawks get that great chance. I know you're without a stick, but you got to stay. You got to hold. Because all of a sudden the Blackhawks recognize that and they start passing through seams. Anticipated that puck getting out, and it didn't. And the Hawks almost were rewarded with the bad change.
Leddy's long wrister is blocked. Johnson pressured by 2 in the corner, but he held on to it beautifully. Now the Columbus penalty over, both teams at full strength, and here come the Jackets, 2-on-1. McKenzie's got it, centered. Keith made a good shot block as Nash had the initial pass go a little bit too far behind him. Nash got it back, dropped it out to Russell, a long blast. Oh, that puck was on edge when he shot it, and it went up high. Now taken by Hossa to Sharp. Then Kane had his pass broken up. Stolen to Kane, who shoots. Good save, York. And the rebound to Crosby failed to clear. Kane dropped it to Seabrook, a blast and a save by York, who holds on to it. We're midway through the second period. The Hawks have the lead.
Illinois are cheering on the Hawks in hopes of a big win here tonight. Tonight we're announcing one of the newest winners of the Illinois Lottery. Joseph P. from Schaumburg just won $500 a week for life's scratch game from the Illinois Lottery. Just imagine, you could be next. Pat, give a shout out to a young hockey player that plays for the Chicago Hawks out in Darien. Max Kramer, 10 years old, scored his first goal ever today. So congratulations to Max Kramer. All right. Feels awfully good.
All right, back underway here as the Jackets get in. Here's a shot from Giroux that's stopped by Emery. On the counterattack, a race for Stallberg. And they're able to get back and catch up to him.
A back check there by James Wisniewski. What a nice pass by Marcus Kruger, Pat, who sent Victor Stallberg right up the center of the ice. Little back pass there, beautiful pass by Kruger, and look at James Wisniewski. I guess he should be well rested. He had the first eighth of the season off with the suspension that he had with a hit during training camp and exhibition games.
Nice touch pass, finds Taves, cutting and shooting, and a save by York. Well, you make an interesting point, Eddie. You know, we talked about the many changes that the general manager down there, Scott Houston, went through during the offseason. They've only made the playoffs. They never won a playoff game, let's put it that way. But so he makes all these changes. Wisniewski winds up getting suspended, misses the first 8 games of the year. Carter, the other big acquisition, is hurt. I mean, they got a couple of other pretty important pieces that are unavailable. So, yes, it's been a dreadful start, but they certainly have yet to have their full lineup in any of their games this season.
Yeah, tough evaluation process when you're missing one of your top 2 forwards and you're missing your top defenseman and you're paying them like it. So, at the end of the day, you got to try to fight through it. Injuries are part of it. And Brunette draws a penalty. Aaron Johnson's going to the box. Brunette's the guy that set up Taves for that earlier chance, and now Brunette draws the penalty. The puck took a funny bounce on Johnson there, and you see the quick stick. Hawk power play.
clearly Aaron Johnson fearful of the speed of Andrew Burnett to get down on the breakaway, but a couple of real nice plays by Brunette here in this middle frame, and now the Hawks power play has Kane to Hossa, and his shot seemed to be deflected. Sharp to Keith. He'll look to Kane. Patrick Kane had it taken away. And here comes R.J. Umberger shorthanded. His wrister into the glove of Ray Emery.
Oh, good pressure there by Feder Tootin on Patrick Kane on those right wing boards, not giving him any opportunity to really set up. It's been a point of emphasis for the Blackhawks, Pat. Not only the coaching staff, but the players as well, of the power play, the struggles of getting the end result. I think there's been some stretches where they've had some good looks, but the consistency hasn't been there, and I think that's probably the greatest concern, is that the consistency of how they're playing on the power play is what they want to try to correct.
That break-in attempt didn't work out. Dorsett to the other end. And 70 seconds of power play time here for Chicago. Keith carries, put it to Kane on the move. Brings it around. Bickle will leave it for Hossa. Kane grabbed on the board. Jackets taken away. Out comes Nash to Paulson. Sammy Paulson put it into the back of the net. Nash dropped it out to the line, and now the Hawks reorganize. Here's Taves into the zone, right up the middle. Two Jackets squeeze on him, and then Brunette takes over. Dropped it to Seabrook, then Leddy. Oh, got lucky with that return pass. That could have been a breakaway for Umberger. Here's Vermette. Trying to snap it off. It deflects out of play.
Yeah, we're talking about the pressure that Patrick Kane is under on those boards. Now, watch the pressure that comes from Feder Tootin. The puck will go down the boards from Patrick Sharp, and look at no time at all to really set up. Pressure, support, clear the puck all the way down. So if Columbus is going to do that, you got to move the puck from one side of the ice to the other. It's the only way to relieve the pressure, is move it from board to board. They're quick, but they're not that quick to be able to go from one side of the ice to the other. And then you could go into your set. But once you just pass it down the board, that allows the teams to pressure and be aggressive when they are shorthanded.
Well, a real good PK turned in here by the visitors. The Hawk power play over, and it only generated a good chance, did it?
No.
Well, back at full strength. Here come the Jackets. A wrist shot by Brassard and a stop by Emery.
Congratulations to tonight's first kid of the game, Griffin Cox. Kids, for your chance, make up the
Does your mom go above and beyond for you and your family? Absolutely she does. Enter her in the North Shore Hockey Mom of the Year sweepstakes presented by North Shore University Health System. One lucky mom will receive a relaxing Blackhawks weekend experience, including a limo ride to the Blackhawks game, 4 tickets to a game, and an overnight stay at the Sutton Place Hotel. To enter, go to ChicagoBlackhawks.com.
Seabrook, or Frolik, who tapped it out. Oh, a blowout. Hjalmarsson. Here's McKenzie trying to center. Here's a shot. Emery down low. Rebound to the Jackets. The shot, they score. A blowout by Nick Hjalmarsson at the Hawks blue line started the first set of problems, and the Jackets have tied the game. The one-time Chicago Wolf, Derek McKenzie, has the equalizer.
Well, the opportunity for Rick Nash initially, and McKenzie from the opposite side that Ray Emery is on is able to elevate that puck and beat the Blackhawk goaltender. But Pat, that play started because of the blowout by Hjalmarsson, as you mentioned, and that allowed McKenzie to get to that loose puck, and it just becomes just a craziness. Everybody just battling, trying to get back. Nash is standing in front of the net. And that's why the Jackets had that quality chance.
All right, now Vermette in behind. Here's a wraparound attempt. Came right through the slot. Vermette again. Centered. Goes all the way through to Tooten. Umberger in behind. Vermette couldn't get it through Keith. So the Jackets still able to keep it in. Then the puck taken away. And Brunette finds Taves. Here's Stallberg to the net. Taves wanted Brunette. And boy, the return pass didn't happen. Back comes Calvert clearing it in. They battle in behind the Hawks goal. And it comes to Kane. 5 minutes to go in the second period. We are tied at 2 here in Chicago.
We're going to talk about the poor record of the Blue Jackets. Winners of one of their last 2 games, but in their last game they played against Buffalo, Pat, they outshot Buffalo 2-1. It was like 43-22 in that game in favor of the Blue Jackets. So they seem to be turning the corner and playing with a little bit more confidence. Talk about James Wisniewski. I think he's had a huge impact, especially on the blue line, playing against the other team's top offensive players.
Now it comes loose. Here's a long shot deflecting out of play with 4 minutes remaining in the second period. Derek McKenzie has the equalizer for Columbus.
Rudman from the WGN sales department. She's a huge Blackhawk fan, and today is her birthday, so happy birthday, Marissa. And Pat, we're going to go back to that opportunity, and there's Nicholas Hjalmarsson, and you wonder, how does a guy get so wide open? Well, Nicholas Hjalmarsson goes to play that puck, loses an edge. Here comes McKenzie, throws it in front, and instead of standing behind the net, where does he go? He gets to the side net, is rewarded. So a lot of things going on that last goal for the Blue Jackets.
All right, here's Brian Bickle, whose long wrist shot is gloved, then dropped by York and whacked by Boland, but it went up high. David Boland now leads the NHL with 2 shorthanded goals, scoring 1 here tonight. And the Jackets try to clear. Keith kept it. Picked up by Wisniewski, and Taves took it back. Taves in front for a leak. His shot went off a leg. Now a long pass finds Nash, cutting in a shot. Good stick, Seabrook. Well, Eddie, talking about the Jackets and their struggles here in the early part of the season. They've scored 2 goals tonight. That's been their total offense in 8 games out of the 10 that they've played. They've scored only 2. And at the other end, they've had a hard time keeping it out of their net. Now, Steve Mason has played every game, or started every game up until this evening. And they have kept their opponents to less than 3 goals only 1 time out of 10. So both offensively and defensively, they've not gotten to the proper number in virtually every game they've played up until tonight.
Yeah, that's not a good formula.
No, it's not the way to get anything going in a positive way. Two and a half left here in period 2. 2-2 is the score. Wisniewski just getting rid of that one. It rolls all the way down. Going to be icing against the visitors.
Well, time now for the Blackhawks' upcoming schedule, brought to you by Lincoln. Just not luxury, it's smarter than that. Feel smarter at Lincoln.com. The next 3 home games for the Hawks. The Nashville Predators will come a-calling on Halloween night. Good old Channel 9 again. One of those great 6 o'clock starts on Sunday against the Vancouver Canucks. Be interested to watch that game tonight, Pat, after our game.
Yes.
Vancouver in a little bit of a tailspin. Washington losing to the first place Edmonton Oilers.
Here's Sharp trying to center. A whiff by Lepisto. And Tootin moved it back to center. Sharp for Kane. Patrick Kane drives in, shooting. And York made the save. Just held his position. I'm not sure he knew where that puck was. And veteran goalies will tell you if you're not sure, don't move. You might have it escape your equipment or kick it into your own net.
I think that's what Stephen Walken, the veteran referee, was looking for. He was waiting, and I think he was anticipating the puck to drop. And once York just made like a statue, finally blew the whistle.
Throw leak and the puck taken back by Russell. Aaron Johnson fires it off the board to make sure to clear it. Here's Hjalmarsson. Jackets Nash. Put it deep. Hjalmarsson scooped it high to center. And we get down to the final minute of period 2.
1 minute remaining in the
Hawks
period.
lose the puck at center ice. Back come the Jackets. A centering pass, Dorsett. It came into the blue paint, and no goal is the call. Emery winds up with half his body in the net. And the call on the ice is no goal.
And the Hawks were going one way, Pat, and here comes Derek Dorsett. He's coming the other way in an odd man situation. Great patience to hold on to that puck. And there you see the goal line disappear as Ray Emery is in desperation mode after Dorsett throws that puck to the goal line. That was referee Stephen Walken again in perfect position in behind Ray Emery to emphatically wave it off. That was close.
Very close. But really, from the overhead look that we got from our great crew here, it could not have been a video overrule. Here's a chance for Mayers. Couldn't get his stick free. Nice recovery by Tootin to tie up the stick of Jamal Mayers. And did it without drawing a whistle. Tootin able to bounce it back to center ice with 20 ticks left. Jonathan Taves rolled a bouncer to Kruger. And then Paulson for Columbus. Tried to clear. Good keep Leddy. It bounced off a leg and eventually out of play. So they just need to drop the puck here. 0.2 left. There's not enough time to get a shot on goal. The Hawks in the second period get 12 shots. Their total is 22. The Jackets got 8. Their total is 16. Sharp is going to have to try to shoot it right in, but that is negated, and the second period is in the books. Blackhawk goals tonight from Marcus Kruger and David Boland. Columbus goals from Vinny Prospel and Derek McKenzie. That's where we stand at the end of 2.
Dan Roan, Steve Conrad, a bunch of Blackhawks fans back here at the United Center. You know, we saw Lawson Frank, that courageous young man from Geneva, fire it in on shoot the puck. I wonder if he was using that Johnny Taves stick.
It may be, yeah. That was a good-looking shot.
It really was. All right, Steve, keys to period number 3.
Well, first off, if you get a power play, try to build some momentum. You're not going to score on every power play, and you probably won't, but you can certainly build some momentum and build off that. And win-win for Lawson. We saw Lawson Frank, and I know the players thought highly of him. Win-win for him tonight.
Maybe Johnny can borrow that stick back from him for the next 20 minutes. Looks like he's got some good shots in there. Here's one more look at his goal as we send you back upstairs to Pat Foley and Eddie Olczyk.
Okay, fellas, thanks very much. We get ready for the third period in a tie game. Assistant coach Mike Kitchen, nice enough to join us for a second. Kitch, what about the offense you're trying to generate? I mean, it was a struggle last night. Are you getting enough tonight?
No, we're not getting enough tonight. We're getting away from our game. We have to have a cleaner neutral zone. We're losing too many pucks, too many turnovers in the neutral zone. We can't create any speed there. We got to get it in behind their D, and we got to work their D below the hash marks, and that's something we talked about before the game. And the first period, I thought we did a decent job. And in the second period, we got away from it.
I think to that point, Kitch, you probably would look at the Marcus Kruger goal. Great outlet pass by Brent Seabrook. And then just a little give and go with Jamal Mayers. Just talk a little bit about that thought process of guys playing without the puck, getting to those areas that create chances.
Well, I mean, that's what we talked about before the game, and we said, look, we got a young goalie in there. It's his first NHL game. Let's get some pucks at the net, and we want to play shot rebound with them. And that was a prime example of what we're trying to create. Anytime in this league, if you can just slide it in at the goalie, you know, the worst angle you get to, just slide it along the ice. You're going to create something, but the non-puck carrier has to get to the net, and he's got to drive inside that D to get some rebounds.
Not easy for a guy like Sammy Lepisto. You work with the D-men and are on that side of the bench all night long. He hasn't played since the opener of the season. How's he done so far tonight?
I think he's done exceptionally well. I thought he's played. It's been a long time. You know, his timing looks like it's good out there. He's keeping things simple, just advancing the puck. I thought he's done a real good job tonight.
All right, you're in a battle. Good luck here in the third.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thanks, Kitch. Thanks, Mike Kitchen, for joining us for a moment before we get underway here in period 3. A 22-16 shooting edge for Chicago. And now the third is underway. As the Jackets able to get it in. Duncan Keith and James Wisniewski basically tied in terms of the ice time leaders so far tonight. About 19 minutes out there.
Duncan played over 10.5 minutes bad in that.
Yes. That's where Wiz was in the first.
Right, exactly,
so.
yeah.
Paulson a steal. A long flip shot is gloved by Emery.
The third period is driven by Hyundai, offering an impressive fleet of award-winning fuel-efficient vehicles like the 35-mile-per-gallon 2012 Hyundai Sonata.
We talked a little bit earlier tonight, Eddie, about the fact the Jackets, they had a suspension to a key component. They've had some injuries. From what you've seen tonight, are you surprised they got one win so far?
I am, but it's been a lot of it has been the goaltending aspect of it. It's been the the lack of getting a save, the consistency, and a team that's not scoring a lot, it puts a lot of pressure on the goaltender. And, when you do make a lot of changes, there is that period of time that needs to be handled with kid gloves, so to speak, to be able to get the right pieces in place. And they've tried Jeff Carter playing Rick Nash, but Jeff Carter's out. I don't think those guys can play together for Scotty Arneal. I just don't see those guys being on the same line. Power play, yes, but I just don't see them being. I mean, they both are shooters, and it makes it much more difficult if you're trying to defend against guys like that when they're separated a little bit. So it's a work in progress, but I think they are better, but the record is who they are to this point.
Pickle, a long one, is kicked away by York. McKenzie bounces it up the boards. Hawks able to keep it in. Here's Seabrook with a long blast. Save York, and the rebound comes back to him from McKenzie, and he missed it. It's still loose. Well, McKenzie trying to do the safe thing, give it back to his goalie, and that darn near turned into a disaster. Seabrook again lets it go. Shot it wide, and Nash will pick it up. Now a bank pass for Mayers. Didn't connect. And Dorsett dumped it. Jamal Mayers for Marcus Kruger. He gets it into the zone looking for Stolberg, whose backhand was partially blocked. Stolberg. Now Kruger, who scored his first NHL goal earlier tonight. He's going to draw a penalty. The stick came up from Giroux and got him around the arms or hands, and so the Hawks will get an early third period power play.
Boy, Marcus Kruger did a really good job, Pat, of protecting the puck. And it all started in behind the net. And once he was able to protect, he gets a pat on the backside there from Mikey Havlin. Watch what he does. He just shields Giroux from not allowing to come. No penalty yet, no penalty yet. But then the penalty right there, right under the arm, and takes the hook.
Sharp a blast, just wide. Rebound, Hossa. Dropped it back to Keith. Now Kane shoots one. Blockered away by York. Umberger able to come up with it away from Bickle. R.J. Umberger crisscrossing into the Hawk zone. Here's a shot. That's blocked nicely by Keith. And Sharp starts back. Patrick Sharp, 5 points in his last 6 games before tonight. Now getting things set up. Bickle to the front. Kane's pass a little out of his reach. Now Sharp. Back to Kane. He'll look to Keith, one-timer. Tip and a save by York. Rebound taken by Hossa. Now Keith. Kane walks. Goes down low. Here's the stop and tap. Hossa, rebound to Sharp. He scores. No goal, I think. A penalty coming up. No goal is indicated by the center ice referee, Dean Morton. I think he's going to call interference here. So the Hawks on a couple of occasions tonight thought they had a third goal, only to be negated.
Watch in front of the net. And Pat, you're exactly right. It ends up being Brian Bickle with the high stick in front of the net. Watch what happens. Kane to Hossa, and there, the stick by Brian Bickle before the puck ends up on the stick of Patrick Sharp. I mean, the crowd just reacted to Sharpie putting the puck in the back of the net. But you hit it on the head. It was the official standing at center ice, Dean Morton, that made that call. And you see the high stick. Absolutely, right call, no question.
So we said twice the Hawks have thought they've scored a third goal. Twice it's been negated. And in both cases, it was the right call.
Right. And also, too, Pat, it was Wisniewski that was lifting up the stick. It was Wisniewski that was lifting up the stick of Brian Bickle.
So 4 aside here as Duncan Keith moves it to Victor Stahlberg. Stahlberg trying to pick up some speed. Taves to the net. The shot, though, didn't get through. Now Taves was checked right at the blue line. And Keith will circle the wagons, now move away. Leddy had nowhere to go, but it's carried on by Stahlberg. Drives the net. Stahlberg right to the middle, shooting and scored! Victor Stahlberg exploding from the boards right into the middle. 3-2 Chicago.
Well, what a play there by Nick Leddy to give Victor Stahlberg the opportunity, but patience with the puck. Gets York moving one way, and then shoots it between the legs of James Wisniewski and beats York. But the play by Nick Leddy along those boards, Pat, allowed Victor Stahlberg the time and space in 4-on-4 hockey. Big time play there by Victor Stahlberg,
who gets his first of the season at an extremely opportune time. And now the Jackets are on the power play after the Hawks scored 4 against 4. Here's a long shot. Tootin, save Emery, rebound, just out of the reach of Nash. He dropped it back. Here's Feder Tootin. He unloads. It's blocked. Rebound. Oh, what a save by Emery flashing out the left pad, and the rebound back to Wisniewski. His blast, and a save every rebound. He made a second save, and Prospel shot it off the post. Vinny Prospel got the rebound off iron. He's got it down low. Prospel in front. Wisniewski a rip. He missed the net. Wisniewski again. Put it to Prospel to Wisniewski. Oh, fine block. The price paid by David Boland. Now a steal by Hossa. As York almost got caught out of the net, but the Hawks infraction is over. Both teams at full strength. Russell shot it from a bad angle, and Emery soaked it up.
You talk about terrific stop. The shot by James Wisniewski. That puck changed directions, and then it falls right to the feet of Vinny Prospel. And that goes off the post, the second chance, but it was the second chance. And then the block by David Boland. The reason he didn't have a stick is because he gave his to Nicholas Hjalmarsson after Hjalmarsson has lost his while being shorthanded. The key thing about that is that Boland's right-handed, Hjalmarsson's left-handed. Time to look at our HH Greg. We help play of the game, and yeah, Nick Leddy gets an assist. Watch the little chip play right there to allow Victor Stahlberg to move in and put that puck in behind.
Taves around a check. Oh, York got a tiny piece with his left pad. And now Keith, who just picked up his 6th assist in his last 6 Hawks games, gets help from Stahlberg. Stahlberg for Brunette. Looking to center, it didn't get through. Now Brunette battles his way out in front. They score! Stahlberg again! Victor Stahlberg with a great effort by Brunette to tee him up, and it's 4-2.
The quick little rush. Brunette and Stahlberg playing a little bit of give and go, but the hustle by Brunette in behind the net. Everybody gets mesmerized where Brunette is. They forget about Victor Stahlberg to the weak side of Alan York. Great hustle. How often do we say it, Pat? You want to score goals? Go to the net. Stop in front of the net. Both Stahlberg and Taves are there. Smiles all around.
2 goals in 2 minutes for the Hawks, and 158 really, but they now it's a 2-goal lead. Here's Monador, and a dummy play by Host. It goes out to Sharp, looking to Kane. Patrick Kane unable to get rid of an attempt.
Good job there by Cody Bass.
That really was a nice play. Off the boards, Hosa's shot, kick save by York. And Moore shot it the other way. Now Stahlberg. Ooh, nearly turned it over. He did. Chance for the Jackets. Here's a backhander well wide. And picked up by Brassard, centering. It tipped to the boards. Kruger able to shield Dorset away from it. Nice play, Marcus Kruger, who has a goal tonight. And here comes Stahlberg, who's got 2. Stahlberg tries for 3. York, it goes through him. And just barely out of the reach of Kruger. Then it's deflected up out of play. No, not deflected. Went up off the netting, and a penalty's going to be called. Steve Walcom felt that puck went directly out of place, consulting with his linesman here. Initially, he indicated penalty. We'll tell you what the final decision is when we come back. At the United Center, where Victor Stahlberg scored his first 2 goals of the season in a span of 158. And those are the difference in the game at the moment.
Blackhawk goal, his second of the season and second of the game. Number 25.
Now here's Seabrook. And the Jackets start away.
Blackhawk goal, his second.
Chalmerson hammered it up the boards. It missed Bickle. Now a centering pass. Nash. He was well covered. It jumped loose to Tootin. Dropped it to Nash. His long blast tip. Oh, good save on a redirect. And Emery has made 2 or 3 of those on shots that change direction. Here's Bolin around Nash. Driving in. Wow, they play on. That's when you Rick Nash, you. Wow. The veterans respect. Look out. Look out in the crowd. A long attempted dump in sailed up over the glass.
Well, there's Rick Nash. Oh, right around the hands, absolutely. And I even think Wisniewski got a stick in there, Pat, around the skates of David Bolin as well. Davey's not talking to himself, folks. He's, I think the referee's with him.
Just passing along a little message.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stolberg from Taves right in for the hat trick. Ooh, he missed the far post by inches. Held in by Leddy. A long shot didn't get through. And icing coming up here against Columbus.
Talking about being shot out of a cannon, Victor Stolberg. Boy, what confidence. And what a pass by Jonathan Taves. Stolberg gets in behind Aaron Johnson. That puck was rolling. He was trying to settle it down. That's why he was stick handling a couple of times to settle that puck down. What a last 5 minutes for Victor Stolberg. Knowing he's always had the speed, Pat. I mean, he's got elite speed. But being able to put it all together consistently. And that's been the greatest challenge for Victor Stolberg. You see it like that and you think, boy, why can't he do that all the time? And it's just finding that consistency and understanding it's not going to be there all, those type of plays aren't going to be there all the time. So you got to be able to find a way to generate offense when it doesn't come that easy, like the goal that Nick Leddy gave him that opportunity to have all that free room and then be standing off the side of the net. You got to be able to create in other manners, and just finding that consistency is the greatest challenge for Victor Stolberg.
And because, of course, it's a team game, he's a guy who sometimes is playing on the fourth line.
Right.
I mean, tonight he's playing with Jonathan Taves and Andrew Brunette, so you are likely to get more opportunities when those are your mates. As Moore lets it go, that was an offside play. The Hawks not happy that he shot the puck, but it seemed that the whistle was being blown just as he let it go. Hard to stop when you're ready to tee it up.
Johnny Moore, short kid here from Chicago, played his midget hockey with the Chicago Mission, played in the USHL for the Chicago Steel, and went up to the Ontario Hockey League for a couple of seasons.
Like you, I know some people who know him and his family, and everybody just really speaks most highly of the type of guy he is, the way he was brought up, and respectful young man.
That's the key word. That was exactly the word.
Wow, I came up with one.
All right, put the Websters away.
Here's Seabrook, a long shot, and stopped by York.
No, we better clarify for all our young hockey players out there. The Webster is the dictionary, and nobody goes to the dictionary anymore. They go to the that thing, that World Wide Web, I guess that's what they call it.
Sure. Well, put it this way: Google respectful and try to live that way. We're halfway through the third period here, 4-2 in favor of the Hawks. As the Jackets start away. Long pass finds Nash. Chalmers unable to stay with him. Oh, he got ridden to the end boards by Rick Nash. And Wisniewski centered. Oh, it did not connect with Prospel, who was momentarily open the top of the crease. Now the Jackets try to move in. Leddy almost got turned around, but now here's a shot by Vermette. It bounced toward Emery. Held in by Moore. Then stolen by Froley. Here comes Kane. Trying to get in. At the last moment, clips him. Wrapped him up. Here's Grant Clitsome. Able to work it back into the Chicago zone. And Emery will cover it up. Under 9 minutes remaining in the third. The Hawks up a pair. That's TAZER to B-Hawks to join Blackhawks Mobile and be entered to win a puck signed by team captain Jonathan Taves. That's Taser to 242957.
Somebody asked me the other day, Pat, how come I don't, when we read that particular promo, Taser, we spell Taser, and then we say to B-Hawks, that's B-H-A-W-K-S. Just doing as I'm asked.
Yeah. People helping people. Kruger able to shield it beautifully, so Taser comes out. That's T-A-Z-E-R. And he got ridden to the boards, fell awkwardly. Penalty coming up against the Jackets, and I don't like the way Taves looked when he went down.
Yeah, that was Matt Calvert. He got that left arm up.
Boarding is the call. Just by the reaction, I'm going to guess that it looked like maybe a groin type of situation there with a bit of an awkward fall when he's trying to brace himself for the contact. The Hawks back on the power play. A power play that is scoreless so far tonight in 4 chances. Hosa's got the puck. Leddy moves in, lets it go. York gave a rebound, but the Jackets try to clear, and Keith kept it in. Now Leddy. Nick Leddy for Hosa. Hosa's long shot is blocked by Wisniewski. And Hosa knocked him down as Wiz wanted to go short-handed and make something happen. Here's a long shot by Keith. Tipped just wide by Sharp. Now Leddy. Got it to Hosa, who lost the handle.
You got it, you got it, you got it.
All right, now Jonathan Taves is back on the ice. Good news there. Well, it wasn't a groin problem. He's moving beautifully. Rolled it loose to Boland. Now to Taves in behind. Boland's got it. Taves has got it. Brunette is back door. It goes to Seabrook. And a save by York. Rebound to Boland. Now Seabrook. Good feed. Boland will drop it back. Taves takes a look. Now a centering pass to Boland. He's good. No goal. No goal. They're going to say he kicked it in. That's the 3rd time the Hawks have put the puck in the net to have the goal negated.
Well, Taves to Andrew Burnett, over to David Boland. Stick, kick. And I don't know, did David Boland touch this puck? Left skate, kick. Yeah,
Nope.
he never got it. Yeah,
Nope.
he never got it. Ended up going off the pad of York back into the net.
Had he touched the puck again with his stick before the puck crossed the line, then it's a good goal.
Right.
But not much doubt with the great looks we've had, again, from our United Center crew that and it was Dean Morton who made the call. He's the guy on the headset back to the war room in Toronto that has 13 games going on tonight. But don't think there'd be much doubt that this will be a field goal's worth of red lights that will have been negated properly so.
There you.
Well, the Hawks are back. You know, I think you saw Mikey Havland to the left there, who was talking into his sleeve a moment ago. He's talking. The earpiece goes to Tim Campbell, who's the great video coach of the Chicago Blackhawks, who's back and it has all the angles that we've shown you. And of course, he's a great set of eyes for the coaching staff to know when to beef with the referees and when not to.
And I think, and we just saw Timmy Campbell, Pat, he stuck his head out
Upon
through the
further
door.
review, the ruling on the ice stands. The puck was kicked into the net, crossed the line before the player made contact with the stick. So no goal.
So 4 are on the board for Chicago. 3 other times the red light went on, but properly the goal was not allowed. And still a half minute of power play time here for the Hawks. Seabrook. Taves to the corner. Now it jumped to the boards. Monador hit hard by Nash. Boy, Rick Nash showing a little frustration here in this third period with a couple of big hits. Now picked up by Bolin. The penalty over to the Jackets, both teams at full strength. The centering attempt for Taves, who was well covered by Tootin. And York covered it up.
Sticking right after the game for tonight's Bud Light 3 stars of the game.
Talk about the physical play. Steve Monador coming in to keep the play alive there, and you see Rick Nash driving through Monador. And in that particular play, Monador knows, Pat, he's going to get hit. If he wants to keep the play alive, he's going to have to take a hit to make a play. Or make the play and take a hit. And Monador did that, and Nash is doing what he's supposed to do in that particular situation as well.
He's made some nice saves tonight for the Columbus Blue Jackets, but I think some nerves have been showing. Lots of loose change around him in his first ever NHL start.
Congratulations. Your first start. Oh yeah, by the way, you're starting against the Blackhawks.
Playing for the team that's won 1 out of 10. Here's Kane. Dropped it back. Lepisto to Sharp. Now a long shot from Hjalmarsson is blocked in front. And Sharp gets it back. Penalty coming up here against Kane, who hauled down McKenzie. Jackets get in with 6 attackers now. Crossbow centered. Oh, McKenzie barely unable to accept that pass at point blank range, and Columbus will go to the power play when we come back.
Short-handed. Derek McKenzie's body position on Patrick Kane, and Kaner gets that stick between the legs of McKenzie. In the box, power play chance for Columbus.
As the Hawks do every night, a couple of service members being honored. They were on the ice with Jimmy Cornelison before the game during the national anthem. And how about this? A standing ovation from 21,000 plus.
Including the players, including the referees, including the trainers and coaches, everybody. Beautiful.
Really cool how that happens every night. It happens in most rinks around the NHL now, which is terrific, but I don't think anybody surpasses the atmosphere and recognition that they get here in the United Center. Hjalmarsson looking towards Frolik, who to turn the other way. Hjalmarsson has another chance, though.
Right, Rick Nash has really fought the puck here tonight, Pat. I mean, he's had some opportunities to make some plays, and just seems like it's exploding off his stick.
He's got it here. Nash tried to center. That didn't get through. He drops it back. Wisniewski, no lane. Tootin shooting. Tip. Good save on a redirect by Emery again. And Slusnik scramble in the net. No goal. No goal again. A kick is being ruled here. And that's referee Dean Morton again. Boy, he and Stephen Walcom have been really busy. This will be the 4th goal to be negated. The 4th potential goal to be negated in the game.
Well, James Wisniewski was going to shoot this puck, but he passed it off to Fedor Tootin, and this puck changed directions. There's Prospel again, Pat. Oh yeah, right there you see Derek Brassard kick with that right skate. Perfect position there. Top left of your screen. Look at Nick Leddy.
He steps on.
Yeah, he stopped that puck with his skate. He just stopped it and he stepped on it. Well, you saw clearly, Pat, on that first replay. We're going to slow it down for everybody. Here comes a shot from Fedor Tootin. 16 and White's going to work himself over. There's it under the stick, or under the skate of Nick Leddy. Now stop it right there. Watch this skate here of Derek Brassard. The puck's going to come out. Right there, you see the distinct kicking motion. But the positioning by referee Dean Morton, perfect spot. Look at him, right in there. He's looking, finding the puck, he's tracking it. And emphatically waving no goal.
So again, Dean Morton on the blower to the war room in Toronto. And I'll tell you, both these officials tonight, Eddie, Dean Morton and Stephen Walcom, you got to tip your hat. They have had 4 times a puck go in the net where they negated the potential goal. They were all the right calls, which video has confirmed. And you'll hear Dean Morton here in a second tell the crowd that this is no goal.
Upon further review, the ruling on the ice stands. The puck was kicked into the net. No goal.
These guys, I mean, we're getting slow motion looks at it. We're getting 3 and 4 angles of it. They get one crack at it. It's at full speed, and they've got to decide immediately what the right call is, and they made the right one every time. Good for them.
Yeah.
Walcom and Morton.
Yeah, again, Pat, the positioning of the officials of working to get into those open areas. Outstanding work.
Here's Nash. Weaving in, unloads. That didn't get through. Seabrook made the block. That gave almost a clothesline type move to Nash. And I mentioned earlier, he's looked like he's pretty frustrated with some big contact. That's an offside play. As this game has gone on, Rick Nash, who is a great star, I mean, it has been one, he's the face of the franchise in Columbus. And you've talked about how the puck really has not gone his way. Things have not gone his way tonight, and he's shown some frustration, which I don't think is that typical. I mean, he's a big guy. He can deliver good body checks, but quite often we watch him play, and physicality is not necessarily a big part of his game. It has been tonight.
I'll tell you one guy that's had a pretty strong night around the net has been Vinny Prospel. I mean, he has been around some pucks. Remember that redirect, Pat, in the first period? The game was tied up at 1. He was the redirect. He's got a goal here tonight, but he's been really good.
Emery made a save. Seabrook tried to clear. Good keep. Klitzum. Now Russell. Klitzum. Russell. Vermette moves in, lets it go. Tip. That was a redirect off the mark. Now Russell keeps it in. Back of the goal, Lumberger. Lost it to Seabrook. He cleared it. Out of the box is Kane. And Out came York to knock it away from him. We're down to 3 minutes left in the third. 4-2 in favor of the Hawks. Broussard's pass was tipped to Nash, and he couldn't get that under full control. Now a long shot and a save. Every rebound, Nash. Every made a second stop. Rebound is loose, and Crossbow just missed connecting on that. Jackets hold it in. Tootin a shot. That's blocked. Held in by Wisniewski. Coughs it up. Sharp looking to move in. Patrick Sharp to the forehand, and the puck was rolling on him. Tootin, I think, got a piece with his stick also.
How about the shot blocked by Nick Leddy initially off the shot from Feder Tootin, allow that chance for Patrick Sharp. Another strong night for Nick Leddy, who fought it, Pat, early in this game.
Yeah.
Wasn't going well, some passes off, getting beat on some plays, but him and his partner, for the most part, Duncan Keith, at even strength, have been pretty darn solid.
Now Lepisto to Monador. And a good pass just tipped off the stick of Bickle. Goal for Bickle, shooting, York to save, and then managed to cover it up.
When we talked about Nick Leddy, here's that opportunity for Feder Tootin. Nick Leddy coming out, getting in the shooting lane. And then the quick hands of Patrick Sharp. Yeah, right there at the last second. As you called it, Pat, the puck was rolling. It was flat, and then once Sharpie went from backhand to forehand, he wasn't able to get a shot on goal.
Looks as if Scotty Arneal has called his one allotted timeout. We have 101 seconds left in the third period. The Hawks have a 2-goal lead. Arneal doing a lot of the talking. There's a Todd Richards, who the last couple of seasons was the head coach of the Minnesota Wild. He's got the erase board out. Try to diagram something offensively when they are going to get underway with a defensive zone draw.
You got some tired players on the ice. The attack, goaltender anticipating being pulled at some point once you get control of the puck. .200 feet away.
All right, the draw. And the Jackets start away. Wisniewski rolled it to center, and they get it into the Hawk zone. Here's a chance for Umberger. He whiffed on it. The goalie off. 6 attackers, Columbus. Here's Wisniewski. It bounced out away from him.
Boy, that was a heck of a play there. If that was the play that they drew up, Pat, I mean, they got a high-quality chance there if Umberger doesn't fan on that opportunity.
Here's Wisniewski. He was short of center when he put it in, icing Columbus. Well, the Jackets will have to bring their goaltender Alan York back in the game. York, in his first NHL start tonight, had only 3 minutes of NHL experience before this game. Hawks have had 37 shots so far, and 4 have gone in.
There's Stallberg on the ice, Pat. Anticipate Columbus pulling a goalie. Maybe he can find that third one tonight.
Tootin. That's icing again against Columbus. So the game was 2-2 early in the third period when that man scored on consecutive shifts. His first 2 of the year, and they're the difference at the moment. Brunette who really worked hard to set up Stallberg's second goal. Now it's taken by Keith. Tries a long shot that's blocked. Wisniewski triggers it out. Here comes Umberger. There goes the goalie. Umberger shot. Good stick, Seabrook. It's out of play, and now the Jackets will keep the netminder on the bench. 6 skaters for Columbus.
Puck just exploded off the stick of R.J. Umberger because of the good defensive play there on the back check by Brent Seabrook.
All right, Boland and Vermette for the draw. Which is taken by Hjalmarsson, ringing it around. It gets out. Nash lost it at center. Boland tries for the empty net. Shot it wide. And you don't like to see that with just 10 seconds left.
The best part about it, you can't change. You're the guy that does it.
Well, he just shoots this puck out. That's going to finish the game. Frolik for the empty net, and he scored. Michael Frolik, in the dying seconds, able to jam it to an empty net. He was able to beat Rick Nash to the loose puck, and it's 5-2.
Pat, here's a teaching point for all you young hockey players out there. Here's Rick Nash. Now, if he just leads with his stick, he stops Michael Frolik from this, but watch where his stick is. His stick is up in the air, and Michael Frolik with one hand knocks that puck into the empty net, and I know it's the 5th goal of the game and the game is over. But the fact of the matter is, Rick Nash had one thing on his mind. He could still hit Michael Frolik if his stick is down.
Ray Emery is 2 for 2 in his Blackhawks starts. He picks up his 2nd consecutive win. He makes 27 saves this evening. The Hawks are now 4-0-2 at home. So 10 points out of 12 here in this building. They are 6-2-2 overall. And the first meeting between these divisional foes goes to the Chicago Blackhawks.
It was a battle. It really was. It was a battle. Some penalties to some key penalty killers, but they were able to fight through it, and back-to-back great shifts there for Victor Stallberg. 3 and 4, Pat, coming up for the Hawks, right? You got Nashville here on Monday night, Halloween night.
Yes, indeed. The another divisional game on Monday night. And let's see if we can plug into the 3-star selections this evening.
Time now to announce tonight's 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Bud Light. The number 3-star game for the Blackhawks with 27 saves, number 30, Ray Emery. The number 2-star of the game from the Blackhawks with 1 goal, number 16, Marcus Kruger. And the number 1 star of the game from the Blackhawks with 2 goals, number 25, Victor Stallberg. Please turn your attention to the Blackhawks bench where Dan Rowan is with tonight's number 1 star of the game, Victor Stallberg.
Well, Victor, 2 goals in 1:58 there in the 3rd. I know your season was slowed by injury early on, but this must be a night you've been waiting for a long time.
Yeah, it's great being back in front of the fans tonight, and we didn't play the way we wanted to last night, but we came out tonight and got 2 big points for us.
What happened on the 3rd one? I thought you had a hat trick locked up.
Yeah, I think I got a little too excited there. I never had a chance to really do that before, so too bad I didn't get it, but hopefully there'll be more chances this year.
You know, you guys had a rough ride last night in Carolina. Was there a concerted effort made in that dressing room before this game began to come out here and try and make up for that?
Yeah, we never want to lose 2 games in a row. That's something we put as a goal. So obviously losing last night, we want to come back here tonight and make sure we came out hard in front of our fans, and we came out with 2 big points, and that's what matters tonight.
All right, Victor, thanks very much. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Victor Stahlberg, 2 goals tonight and a 5-2 Blackhawks victory.